And welcome back to Daily Wrap. Let's read some of your viewer comments, but first we want to do something a little bit new. Rick, I understand you've invited a very special guest onto the show. No other show has ever done this before.
No, they haven't. I have invited a special guest. Now, occasionally a viewer shares a particular point of view that calls for an opportunity to participate in a forum that they just can't get on any other news program. One that we call the Skype Viewer Forum. Now, this all began when I received a somewhat disparaging tweet from this particular person, but he made his points, and I thought we should give him a chance to do it on television. So tonight we have our first such guest, Adam Crutchfield in Washington, D.C., who wants to talk about why he is so supportive of the Trump candidacy. Welcome, Adam.
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for having me on.
We're good. So listen, you were making a pretty passionate case for Mr. Trump, and you wanted an opportunity to tell our audience why you feel the way you do. This is it, man.
Great. I think my overarching point, guys, and my overarching message is just that, the Trump base doesn't just consist of far right-wing people. I've heard, I've heard descriptions on, I guess, Newsmax and Fox News, et cetera, that the Trump base is, right-wing people, even people who feel alienated from society. I don't think, any of that is true. I think that it consists of normal people, including Democrats, and I think it would be mathematically impossible to be polling between, 23 and 33%, and your base only be a fringe group of people.
So, Adam, what do you say when you hear Mr. Trump say what he said on Bill O'Reilly's program last night, effectively stating that the 14th Amendment is unconstitutional? Does it make you scratch your head when somebody says the Constitution can be unconstitutional?
Well, I think that there are other candidates who are also I think supportive of Mr. Trump's policy. I think that Scott Walker's involved now too.
Yeah, but that doesn't answer the question.
No, I think at the end of the day, Mr. Trump is putting ideas out there, to help America, and if I think at the end of the day, these things will probably sort themselves out, right? But it's important to note that he's not alone in these views.
Well, I take your point that he's not alone in his views. I completely understand. But wouldn't you like to think that somebody who wants to be our highest elected official, A, understands the Constitution, and B, doesn't make light of it to the point where he simply says, well, something written in the Constitution is unconstitutional, which is effectively impossible. Yes, there are other candidates who would like to see that policy go through. I understand it. I understand that you and many, many other Americans don't like this anchor baby concept. I get it. But doesn't the person that we're looking to as our leader have an obligation to explain to his supporters, look, this is a tough thing to change. I agree we should change it, but we have to change it in the right way. Is that asking too much of a candidate?
Well, I mean, I think it depends how you really look at it, right? I think that guys like Mark Levine and other people who are pretty up on the Constitution, don't think that it's a constitutional issue. But I think that the overarching problem is just illegal immigration. I think at the end of the day, Trump is trying to address an issue that other politicians simply refuse to address.
Okay. Adam, out of time. Very much appreciate you joining tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe we'll see you here again. Adam Crutchfield in Washington.
Thanks so much, guys.
Joe?
And thanks to Leadership Institute for having me today.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Adam. By the way, I really dislike it when we have guests that outdress us.
I know.
Adam,
he was looking good.
Yeah, that was a well put
he
together.
He was looking good. He's an
Still
investment banker. What do you expect?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay, our next comment comes from Danielle, who says, and we quote, "If Hillary did not send or receive any confidential or classified mail, then how did she do her job the last 4 years?" A very good point.
It's actually a great question, because if she did everything on her personal email, then you do have to wonder. Not a bad question. Donna says if Planned Parenthood is a provider for women's health care, which they are, then why is the federal government funding them at all? The federal government funds a lot of providers who provide those services. Wouldn't they be accepting Obamacare insurance for their services? No, Obamacare is not a provider. It is a funder that pays for your medical care. I'm going to cut this one short so we can go on to the next, but I wanted to answer those questions.
Final comment of the evening. Jerry says, we need Donald Trump, exclamation point. Obama and his stupid immigration will turn L.A. into a little TJ.
I think she means Tijuana.
Oh, Tijuana. I love Tijuana. No, thank you. They jumped the border. They need to just get sent back, period. No citizenship.
I think we can squeeze in one more, and we'll do it from Cheryl, who says, just wanted to comment on the discussion the other night about the clerk who refused to issue marriage licenses. Several of you stated she took an oath to do so, yet when she took that oath, there was no law that said she was bound to do any sort of thing. I still cannot believe that anyone would think that any law should be able to give freedoms to one group while taking it away from another.
Okay, well, that does it for our comments tonight. Good stuff, guys. Keep them coming. So remember, if you want to weigh in on any of the issues we talk about here on the show, go to newsmaxtv.com/comments and let us know what you think. And if you want to get your very own Make America Great hat again, just like the one Donald Trump wears, go to newsmax.com/trumpcap or call 1-800-933-8396. Don't go anywhere. Yay or nay, that's next.